Having no friends is better than having friends who don't appreciate you. Basically the title. I have a friend I've known for 6 years, and it's almost always me setting things up and waiting on replies. It's pretty clear that I am way more invested in the friendship than the other person. And that honestly blows. I feel so underappreciated by it sometimes. I used to think that the worst thing in life was to end up alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is to end up with people who make you feel alone. Yep. I would rather have no friends than have bad friends. I agree. I can think of few things more painful than the realization that someone you thought was a valued and trusted friend turns out to be a snake in the grass who was shit-talking you behind your back for years and years. I'd rather have no friends. Having one good friend is worth its weight in gold. Don't give up. Friendship is a two-way street, so if they aren't putting in the effort, don't waste your time. Invest in someone willing to invest in you. I was bullied as a kid. I moved and manhandled my personality to change. I did it to blend in, and oh did I. Became quite popular. Learned how fake we are. I choose now to literally have very few friends. I'm pretty grounded with my satisfaction. I had a friend who I was super close to growing up, and more recently we were kind of drifting apart, but when she asked me to make her a wedding dress, I said yes and jumped to it. She paid cost of materials. I was more than happy to do the work as her wedding gift. The entire time, there were hardly any thanks, just criticisms and things that needed to be fixed. I overworked my wrist hand stitching lace to the neckline, and she just told me her wrist injury, from doing a stupid stunt, was worse. The straw that broke the camel's back was when she broke off the engagement and didn't tell me anything for multiple months afterwards, just waiting for me to finish my work so she'd have her nice, finished, custom dress. I've cut her off and told her to get me pictures of her in the dress as payment, because she definitely can't afford the multiple thousands of dollars that would have been the labor cost. It's frustrating, but I'm done with her using me and my skills at her whim. Sometimes you just need to say no. My friend for 15 years has started to ignore me a lot and obviously doesn't value me anymore, and it hurts because we've gone trough a lot together and was also my maid of honor. People are assholes sometimes. Then they aren't your friend. I had an experience with a friend who I had known for 15 years. I lost him forever because I cannot forgive him for sexually assaulting me, and it's the worst. I thought he was my friend. Thought of him like family, but you never really know someone, I guess. Had a friend that I knew for years, all throughout my teens to early 20s. One day it occurred to me I was the only one to ever reach out and make plans, or even just to talk, so I stopped calling. Never heard from him again. This is so true. I have had too many so-called friends, but when I needed them, surprise surprise, they weren't around. I gave up having friends a long time ago. You're simply a means to an end for them. As soon as they no longer need whatever it was you were providing them, the friendship changes. I grew up wealthy, then my old man lost everything, that thinned the ranks of friends. Then a woman I was living with made me push a lot of friends away. When she got pregnant, she walked out on me and my son when he was 5 years and has no contact with him today. He is now 8. I am married to my best friend. She is a wonderful wife and treats my son like blood. I have a really close cousin and an uncle I am really close to as well. These people are my friends. I don't need anybody else. I am somewhat socially awkward compared to 8 to 9 years ago, but people suck anyway. I have a good life. Yo, that's a tough lesson, Op. I'm betting most of us have been there, and it's not something you really get all the way used to, but it is something you can put in perspective. You can appreciate that person for what they brought to your life and forgive them for not wanting the same things out of the relationship. No friends to having a little, small circle of trustable and close ones are the best things I'd opt for. Everything in your post sounds like me. Yes, from personal experience I can absolutely confirm what you are saying. Looking back, it's almost like I was chasing the friends down to maintain a friendship. Everybody enjoyed everything I did, but nobody reciprocated. For me, removing myself from that role actually alleviated a good bit of stress. Took 56 years to reach that conclusion. It was actually one of those people that turned the light on by stating if the roles were reversed would another person do the same for you. Of course he didn't realize he was affecting our relationship. This isn't unpopular at all, this is common sense. Better alone than in bad company. Yep, I learned this the hard way last year. Me and my father were different. He was very open/sociable and had many friends, I'm talking hundreds, who he always did the most for, from helping them out financially to being there at their hardest times, etc. He was loved on social media. Every post he shared got over 100 likes and his phone was always ringing with friends checking in on him. Then he passed away last September, and the first day the news hit everyone called, but the day of the funeral gathering literally only one person attended. No one bothered to even send a memorial gift or even a message reaching out to see if his family needed anything. Perhaps it's a mixture of grief and depression, but since this experience it's made me say fuck having friends. I'm only cordial with people and that's it. I don't go out of my way to form bonds because in the end people are shit. The sooner you learn to appreciate your own company, the quicker you realize you can do without most people's. I just want to say, if you ever need someone to talk to or just rant or just whatever you need to get out of your head, you're more than welcome to chat with me. It would be my pleasure. Smiley. Same for being single vs being unhappily married. Imo, you just described having no friends in two different ways. If they don't appreciate you, they aren't your friends. I've found some of my closer friends later in life. Some people you just click with more than others. Others require more effort, only you can make the decision of how much effort is too much effort to be worth it. Sometimes people wax and wane with interest in a friend, and it can be for a variety of reasons unrelated to the friend. I went to medical school and a lot of contact with my friends dropped, for example. Another friend had a relative die and became more reclusive until we talked to him and figured out what was happening. You can talk to your friend and see what's up. He or she might not even be consciously aware of the dynamic between you two. But if they are, and don't see it as a problem, then you have a concrete answer as to how they view you. It does suck when I discover such a dynamic in my own relationships, but the sad feeling is blunted by the fact that I have other friends and family, many of whom do reach out to me, and I to them.